The heavyweight champion of hype, the man behind the Tyson-Bruno fight in Las Vegas in a couple of weeks' time. Don King is also a man the FBI has investigated, a man who's been sued by contenders and champions alike, a man who's been accused of having a stranglehold on boxing. This week, I met him.
Yeah, well, this is a great city. This is Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the city of lights and broken dreams. And it's a city that has welcomed me and given me an opportunity, the land of opportunity to practice my trade. I think this is going to be really a tremendous deal here, Mickey, that we're making.
Yeah, they are.
Hi there, how are you?
Hello.
So nice to see you. Hey, how are you?
This week, the Don King Roadshow hit the showbiz capital of the world, Las Vegas. He was there with Mike Tyson.
Oh, beautiful punch down.
But there was no doubt who was the main event.
This has a great meaning. He is an awesome in the ring. Everyone knows that. I think when he goes to work, everyone comes to see him work and admire his work because he brings to boxing what they call the big punch that knocks people out. That's an exciting thing. But far beyond the rim of the exciting punch, knowing that he has that, he is a human being that is very sensitive, compassionate, understanding.
For Don King, promoting a fight means promoting himself. On Tuesday, he was beamed live into millions of American homes. Earlier in the day, he'd fended off questions about his business dealings.
And so you sit here and make an idiot out of yourself, trying to question me and trying to put me on a spot when it's totally unnecessary, unwarranted, unfounded.
He'd also talked in depth to NBC star Maria Shriver, better known as Mrs. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And,
I've been trying to catch up with your husband until he called me.
Yeah, he's going to come to the fight.
We tried to return the call to him, me and Jeff yesterday, I believe.
Oh, he's in Vail.
Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Yeah.
How do you keep your head clear for the business side when you're doing? I mean, you're talking to me, you're talking to Maria. There's a film crew this afternoon.
Well, I have a phenomenal mind, and I say this not with braggadocio. I say it with fact. I'm very appreciative to God for blessing me with a mind that I can, you know, almost like a computer that I can shut off one disc of information and then plug in another.
What disc is in now?
Yeah.
The English TV?
Yeah, we're in English TV now.
Don was also taking care of business, on the phone to billionaire Donald Trump.
I'm going to come in, I'm going to do a press conference on Thursday for a deal that I'm making a series of events with Univision, the Spanish network. And this is the difference in them being able to raise the money from me and them.
He was also setting up his next fight, a bout between world lightweight champion Julio Cesar Chavez and Roger Mayweather, the Black Mamba.
It's very attractive because he's going after his third title.
Don came into boxing with a bang, promoting the world heavyweight title fight between George Foreman and Ken Norton in Venezuela. But it was the legendary clash between Foreman and Muhammad Ali in Zaire, the Rumble in the Jungle, that made him a millionaire and boxing's Mr. Big.
It will be a killer and a chiller and a thriller when I get the gorilla in Manila.
But his first foray into the world of free enterprise was as a numbers racketeer and illegal bookie in his hometown, Cleveland. In 1967, he was sentenced to 1 to 20 years in prison after killing a man in a brawl. That was the turning point. Don, on September the 30th, 1971, you came out of prison after serving, nearly 4 years for manslaughter. Today we're sitting at the top of the Hilton Hotel in Las Vegas. Beautiful suite. How did you make that transition?
Well, I made a reassessment of my life after coming out of a very traumatic and dismal situation. When I was incarcerated, I made the time serve me rather than to serve the time, and educated myself in the dark, dreary worlds of confinement. And I just wanted to make a better life for myself.
He worked on a chain gang by day and studied in the prison library at night. On his release, he was offered a scholarship to the Harvard School of Business, but Ali, an old friend, persuaded him to try boxing. It proved to be the perfect match.
Muhammad Ali, four-time heavyweight champion of the world. He's 3-time now, and he's going for the 4th one, getting ready. Get Tyson. We want Tyson. We who? I'm the only celebrity businessman in this country. I don't dunk basketballs. I don't tote footballs. I don't do the moonwalk singing and dancing. I don't hit baseballs. You know what I mean? I just do business, but it's so...
On Channel 8. Channel 8 in Cleveland, Ohio. Oh, I'm so happy.
I'm now, past 250 world title fights. That's more than all of my so-called competitors collectively.
Why do you say so-called?
Well, I feel that I'm peerless in this field of boxing promotion. Right. I say that very humbly. I do not say that with braggadocio. This is just a fact.
This former numbers racketeer now runs a vast corporation with an estimated worth of $100 million. He has a 400-acre ranch in Ohio and a lot of enemies.
All of the superstar fighters have been right here with me. So they get jealous, of this here. They get upset. They can't really deal with this here. How does he stay there? It's got to be some skullduggery. It's got to be some type of inappropriate action, some unconscionable action, something that's unsavory. He's got to be a crook. He's got to be performing legerdemain, sleight of hand tricks. You know what I mean? Instead of just saying the guy's basically honest, he's a workaholic. He dedicates himself to his job. I love what I do, so I enjoy doing it, so I do it almost 24 hours a day.
He's been accused of fight fixing, offering bribes, and rigging the world boxing rankings, but none of those charges have been made to stick. He's also been investigated by the FBI and the American taxmen, the IRS. They suspected he was staging fights abroad just to avoid paying tax.
The IRS took me on. I beat the IRS, and few people do that. Few people do that, but that's God again. If I thought I would do that, my vanity would say that it was Don King doing that, I would be smiting. You know what I mean? But the idea of it is, I recognize where my strength is, and my strength rests in the Savior.
And one of the things that's been said about you is that you've got too much control in boxing, too much power, that there's a danger of it being a kind of Don King monopoly. How do you respond to that?
These are things that people say, but a lot of people just don't like black people, period. It doesn't matter what respective part of life that they do. They start out with the premise that they don't like the nigger. So therefore, they get themselves upset.
Don's now a star in his own right, a one-man entertainment conglomerate. He promoted the Jacksons' farewell tour, which grossed $150 million.
It's going to be something super spectacular. I said I wasn't going to tell nobody, but I just can't keep it to myself.
His latest extravaganza is the Tyson-Bruno Battle of the Giants on February the 25th.
This man is awesome. He is devastating. He has dynamite in either hand. He's a bomb ready to be detonated in the center of the ring.
You ready for the fight now?
Yeah, I'm very, very. I've never been so ready in all my life. I've been training for so long, and I wouldn't be here. I'm not here to get a suntan.
It's certainly a money spinner. But is it a fair match?
And there's a joke going around in England at the moment about Frank Bruno. They're saying the fight's on at 12:30. They're going to repeat it at 12:31. Do you think Frank is a serious kind of contender against Mike?
Every man's a serious contender against anyone. And that's why I never be, relieved until Mike walks back, to the corner and the other guy has been annihilated, destroyed in the center of the ring.
Whoever ends up on the canvas, Mike Tyson's set to walk away with $5 million. Bruno's looking at as much as $3 million, and Don King won't be far behind. So Don's a winner. His rags to riches story is the stuff of soap opera, and everything about the man is larger than life.
I've got to ask you this, Don, on behalf of everyone in Britain, what is the story with the hair?
My hair was kinky and curly like any other blacks, right to the scalp. I had a very traumatic experience, and after that trauma, I was in bed with my wife, Henrietta, and a rumbling got in my head, and my hair began to pop up, ping, 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 ping. You know what I mean? Each hair standing up, pristine and beautiful. I don't know what it was, though. I figured it was an aura from God.
He's come in for more than his fair share of criticism, but, in spite of the controversy, fighters are queuing up to be on a Don King bill. He's the first major league black promoter in a predominantly black sport, and he's made millions for his fighters. But Don King doesn't really care about black or white, just green.
I'm not fighting the Civil War. I'm fighting the poverty war. I want to get some money, economics, M-O-N-E-Y. You know what I mean? So now Martin Luther King has taken us to the mountaintop, and he showed us the promised land. I want to take us to the bank.
Well, the news from Las Vegas is that for better or worse, Mike Tyson has signed on with Don King for another 4 years. Tyson, for one, seems to have no worries about King's murky reputation. Last night, Bruno arrived in Las Vegas from his Arizona training camp. He's confident, but the Vegas bookies aren't so sure.